Thank you so much, Brienne. It is 8:45. Now, if you've ever taken a trip to Nova Scotia's beautiful South Shore, there's a very good chance you paid a visit to the Lahave Bakery. The building that houses the iconic shop has been a fixture for well over a century, and the bakery itself has been a destination for nearly 40 years. Now, a new book tells the story behind all those baked goods. Jane Morgan and Susan Ivany are spouses and the co-authors of Lahave Bakery, The Building, The Baker, and the Recipes that revitalized a community. Well, thank you both for coming in this morning.
Thank you.
So this book must have been a labor of love. I'm going to start with you, Susan. How long did it take you to create this book? Because there's a lot of research there.
3 years.
3 years.
Yes, 3 years.
3 intense years. And you were saying by the end of it, you were getting tired of it.
Yeah, it's a process. People say, I should write a book. It's like, yeah, there's a lot to it.
Well, there's lots to be proud of here. And Jane, I understand that you have a family member who started the Lahave Bakery.
Yes, that's right. Yes, the owner and operator of the Lahave Bakery is my younger sister, Gail Watson.
Wonderful. Well, that explains why there's so many beautiful stories about Gail in here, and it's very honest. Like, you don't pull the punches sometimes when Gail talks about the ups and downs of owning and operating that bakery.
Well, the main content of the book is made up of, it's an oral history, and so there are 9 people who were interviewed, and we took pieces of each of those interviews and interwove them to tell the story. So there are 9 people that are including Gail, who are very close to the bakery, and it's their voices that really tell the story of the bakery from the very beginning until the present day.
And I understand that choice to do it through interview was a format that was inspired by art. Tell us a little bit about how that came to be.
We were really puzzling on how we were going to take these 9 voices and put them into a book. And Jane and I have both seen the play Come From Away. We've gone to Toronto to see it, and it's fabulous. And it's a musical, and Jane is not fond of musicals. She liked it so much she forgot it was a musical.
That's good.
And so when we mentioned Come From Away, we knew, bang, that's how we're going to do it. None of our words. We weren't going to knit the words together with something we said. We would just let the voices do all the talking.
And a lot of photography, though. Lots and lots of pictures in the book. And we have many pictures this morning that we can share with our viewers. Like, for example, the building itself has quite a story. It's Lahave Bakery and Outfitters, because it began as an Outfitters.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's correct. It was a fishing supply and general store, an outfitting company, in other words, and it's still referred to as the Outfitters, the Lahave Outfitters. It is a building that has been in continuous operation since 1901. So that's 123 years of history in that building.
It's extraordinary. Who cleans the windows?
There are a lot of windows to clean.
I imagine just the downstairs ones, people, and then the other ones, let nature do that. All right, and there's a picture of Gail walking up the stairs.
Yes.
When you look back at this book, what are you most proud of? I'll start with you, Jane.
Well, I'm most proud of what my sister and her team over the years have been able to accomplish to make delicious, nutritious food that is sourced from the local area, mostly from Nova Scotia. And also the creation of the book. It was a goal that we had after we retired, Susan and I. And so we're very proud that we were able to complete that goal. And we're very pleased with the book that we've come up with. And the book has something for everybody. There's pictures. There's the history of the old building, which houses the bakery and other operations such as homegrown skateboards and the Lahave Co-op and the Lahave River Bookstore as well. There's also a small group of recipes, which we're calling a baker's dozen, 13 recipes there that Gail has provided as an additional bonus in the book.
Perfect. We'll get to those in a second. I want to chat with you for a second, Susan. I understand that you were an RCMP constable back in the day. Now you've become a writer. What, did your experience in that line of work, have any influence in how you approached writing this book?
Yes, definitely. Jane and I have both very different approaches. Jane was obviously very attached to the project through family and history, and I had a larger view, like a wider angle, because with the RCMP and also with victim services, you have to look at the big picture when you're with the Department of Justice. So I was the big picture thinker, and Jane was the, the stories, like the meat, and so the balance was there. I was able to bring the big picture.
Interesting. Let's talk about those recipes. Personally, my favorite recipe, both from a perspective of taste, but also just the story behind it, is the cheddar cheese scones. Because I love how Gail says you could just whip these up in a hurry with anything you got in the fridge when company comes.
Yes.
What about you? What are your favorite recipes? I'll ask each of you. Susan, you first.
Well, I would have to say the breads. And if I was to make bread, it would be the seed bread, because I love the seed bread.
Yum. Good choice. I would like that too. What about you, Jane?
So Susan has taken my favorite one as well, but that's all right because I do like them all, and I'd have to say that milk and honey is one of my favorite for sandwiches. And the thing that Gail does, that the bakery does with white bread, is to add whole ingredients such as eggs and milk and honey. And these are ingredients that are sourced locally and which contribute to the quality and the deliciousness of the bread. So that's a good one, and I like making that one as well.
Wonderful. Well, the place is always packed, so you better go early if you want to get a good selection. That's for sure, and be patient. But the book tells the whole story, and it is quite an accomplishment. Thank you both for coming in and chatting about it with us.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
It was a great opportunity.
Well, we can find this book wherever fine books are sold. We put a link to it on our website. In the meantime, we'll take a break and be back with more CTV Morning Live right after this.